Hi, and welcome to the third episode of Video Quiz of the Month, where we want to tell you about a video quiz for the trailer of the Disney movie Aladdin, created by our user eungang. So Aladdin came out earlier this year, and it's a Disney remake that people have been talking about a lot, directed by Guy Ritchie, Will Smith starring as a genie. And, people have mixed feelings about it, but it's definitely something that a lot of your students will know about and will have something to say about, either because it's a remake or because it's a musical or because of Will Smith for whatever reason.
So one thing we really liked about this video quiz is that it's suitable for low levels. So we'll show you a couple examples about how the kind of questions that are asked will give a sense of achievement to low-level learners without worrying about anything that they might not understand. Okay, so here's an example.
I can make you rich.
So this is our task, to put these words in order. So that was a relatively easy sentence. Let's see if I heard it correctly. And then notice the next bit just after this sentence.
Rich enough to impress a princess.
And notice how smoothly there's no task related to that. And this ability for learners to not have to understand every single thing in a listening or a video is really, really important. It's called ambiguity tolerance, that you can be okay with not understanding every single word, which most people are totally fine with in their first language. Like, I know it happens to me a lot that I read or listen to something and I don't catch a little bit and I'm like, yeah, whatever. But as soon as we're in second language or foreign language mode, a lot of us tend to panic when that happens. And so it's really nice if you can create quizzes where maybe the overall level of the video is a little bit higher, but because of the questions that you ask, you focus on areas where you know your students will be successful and you teach them, you help them ignore the rest. And here are some more examples of questions.
I thought a princess could go anywhere. Not this princess.
So what can this princess do? And let's say we understood that this princess can't go anywhere. And so we tap enter. And then this is an example of an open-ended question where there is a solution provided and it's the student's responsibility to check whether their answer is correct or not. I love this question and I could go on and on about why it's great. In fact, we're going to be making a video about it soon. But I just want to say here, I think this is great, but for this, you probably need some learner training so your learners know when their answer is okay, when it can be accepted and when it can't be accepted. Full sentences or not, typos or not. Anyway, let's not get carried away. Let's continue. We got it right. Yeah.
Do you trust me?
And another type of question that I just love. So describing what the students can see, so they don't have to understand in terms of listening comprehension. If they're good at reading and if they can see that they are flying and they have the vocabulary, then they can answer this question.
So you could just take this video quiz as it is and use it in your class. But we also wanted to share with you some more ideas we have about using movie trailers in general with your students. And so the first idea is to play the trailer and ask your students to decide whether, based on the trailer, they would like to see the movie or not. It's often a good idea, isn't it, to go with the most natural kind of reaction. So if you were watching this in your first language, why would you want to watch it? And to decide if you want to see the movie. So that's a good question. Would you want to see this movie? Why or why not, based on the trailer? Or if students have seen the movie, then you could ask them, do you think this is a good trailer for that particular movie? Why or why not? Another idea I like using with movie trailers is focusing on the conversation in the trailer. And so for this, you can decide to tell your students which movie you're dealing with, or maybe not tell your students which movie it is. You can also show the first 10 seconds. This is all to give them some kind of context, which some learners will appreciate. but it might be interesting if there is zero context at all and they just get these lines of conversations. So this is what I do.
On ISL Collective, you can click on copy and edit, at which point you'll see the subtitles for the given video. And then if you click here, copy text to clipboard, you can copy the text to the clipboard, and then you just open up a Word document and paste it in there. Easy.
If there's something that I think is just super difficult for my students, I just ignore it. And there's an example of a worksheet linked in the description of the YouTube video.
And you'll see that here the lines of conversations are jumbled up. So I arranged the lines by alphabetical order, so it's not the right order on the first page. And then later on in the second page, you see the original order, the actual order.
And my learner's job is to put them in the correct order. So if I'm feeling lazy or don't have a lot of time, or I think handouts are better than slips of paper, then I just give out that handout. And their task is to number the lines of conversations or draw lines between lines that go together, between sentences that go together. If I have the time, or if my students have scissors, then I think it's really nice to work with slips of paper. So each sentence or each line of conversation would be on a different slip of paper, because this way it's much easier to group them together. Say, these two go together. Oh, I think these three are together. They all talk about a princess or something like that. So students in pairs or groups put the conversation, the lines of the conversation in order. They can share their ideas with another pair or another group and get some feedback on what they thought. That's always nice. And then you watch the trailer and they check whether the order was correct. So that's their listening task. Okay, that was it. We hope you like the ideas, and if you haven't yet, you'll soon be able to do this video quiz with a class of students or a student that you teach. And we'll see you next time. Bye!